Hello, everybody. Uh, Busy day and complicated day. Got a backlog of payments. Uh, it's hard to collect money when people owe you. So, I want to talk about grants and I want to talk about funding. Now, we have two type of grants, which is personal and we have business grants. Personal grants uh, are on sale for $70. The process is shorter now. It's basically the process is up to 3 to 4 months, which basically you can get your grant in a month to 3 months, basically. Uh, we're using an email system that's faster to these organizations. Instead of drawing up the paperwork, mailing it to them, it's easier, faster. So now, we also have a secondary option, which is free funding. Now, there's a difference between free funding and federal grants. Each company or organization has to give away so much money to be able to have taxes drop to a certain percent. Walmart, let's take Walmart. Walmart gives away $400 million a year because that will drop their taxes. Now, uh, also, you have companies like Microsoft that does grants for education, grants for business startup, um, grants for land equations. So um, they also give grants because they want to see their taxes low. There's thousands and thousands of different companies and businesses that and nonprofit organizations that give that that do grants because they want to give. Put it this way: they want to have lower taxes. Now they're not just giving you the money out the clear blue sky. You know, they're doing it to help themselves. Which is wrong with that? So let's get back to this. Business grants, you have to show that you are trying to help another individual. Now, that means hiring. That means service industry. For instance, a lady came to me 2 weeks ago. She says, "I want to open up a daycare." Now, daycare, you're helping individuals. You're helping parents. You're helping the child itself. So, or herself. So, there's a need for that grant. You know. So, she has a 99% success rate when it comes to her getting that kind of grant. There's certain grants that get approved right away, and there's certain grants that they stay away from. Now, people get mad at me when I say, "Hey, you were denied." Not my fault. I'm just the messenger. So I tell people, don't get greedy. I got people that call me up and say, "I want $250,000 for a grant." Come, be realistic. These people are not going to give you $250,000 unless you can show you're helping a lot of people. You have to show. You have to show that you're trying to help a lot of individuals. If you're going that high, I tell people, don't go over $50,000. If listen, if your project is 100,000, that's fine. I'm saying it might take a little longer, a little more paperwork, But depending on what it is, don't ask for 250,000 for a house, knowing that they're not gonna. Number one, they're not gonna pay off a whole house for you. That's not gonna happen. I'm saying, if you're going for real estate, go for the down payment. Go for extra couple thousand for furniture, extra couple thousand for this, extra couple. Now they're gonna ask you for a breakdown. This is where I come in. I give them a breakdown sheet. They can say, okay, I can see the down payment. What are they gonna put in it? What are they gonna do? Let me tell you something. The wise man once told me. You have to help yourself before you help anyone else. By helping yourself, I'm talking about being sensible. The government is not going to pay off a whole house for you. It's just not going to happen. The government will give you a fat down payment for that house. Sure, no problem. But you got to show why you deserve it. Why do you think it should be you? Okay, you got a family. That's number one. You want to move your family to a better environment. That's number two. That's great. But don't sit up there and say, "Oh, I should get my whole house paid off because just because it's not going to happen." I try to educate people because, I'm the guy that's talking to these organizations. And they tell me, "Lorenzo, are you serious?" I say, all I do is take the applications. Now, this year I'm doing something different. Anyone that comes to me with crazy numbers, crazy ideas, I'm not going to take your application. Because I don't want you coming back to me saying, "Well, you said this and you said," hey, I'm only the messenger. But what I am going to do, I changed up this year. I'm telling you what they're telling me. They're telling me if anybody applies over $60,000, from $50,000 to $60,000, it's likely that you won't be approved. Now, this is what they're telling me. Anyone that applies for $100,000, between $50,000 to $100,000, has to have a 100% valid reason. If you don't have a valid reason, it won't be approved. Number one, you have to help somebody. Number two, you have to help yourself. Number three, you have to show how the money will be spent. Some people give me a letter. Some people give me a letter, and it'll say, "Oh, I want to start a store," and that's it. Are you serious? I mean, come on. Give me some detail. You cannot hand me a letter saying, "Okay, my name is such and such, I live such and such, and I want to start a store. I want to make lots and lots and lots of money." Okay, that's good. You want to make a lot of money. But give more detail. Someone, I'm not going to say no names, someone gave me a letter on Facebook. Just like that. And I should have knew better. And I told the person, I said, "It's unlikely you'll be approved." And they say, "Oh, put it through, Lorenzo. Oh, you're great. I'm great at what I do, but not that great." At the meeting, I showed a couple organizations the letter, and you know what they said to me? They laughed. They said, "Are you serious?" And I felt so embarrassed. I truly did. I felt so embarrassed. So this year, come on, people. I want my success rate to go up. I want to keep climbing up. I want lots of approvals. If I think your idea is out of space, I'm not going to take your grant application, your letter. Now remember, you have to write a missionary letter. A missionary letter is a letter stating your what your project is. Make sure you give lots of detail. Not too much detail, but lots of detail. Make sure you give the amount. Make sure you give 3 forms of contact information. It could be email. It could be a message. It could be a cell phone. It could be what else was it? A website or whatever. Means to contact you. Because I'm going to give you an example. I had a lady from Twitter. She was approved. Great. I was, pretty good. The problem was that she left one phone number. Her phone was cut off. And there was no way to contact her. The address, she moved. She never left us a way to contact her. So after months, so what happens is you have 30 days to comply. If you do not comply within the 30 days, what happens is that money goes back into the fund. So after, I think it was 4 or 5 months, she contacted me and said, hey, I said, you never contacted me about no address. So I said, they were looking for you. They said they called you. So I said, it's up to the nonprofit organization. Nonprofit organizations, what happened was the nonprofit organization had handed it over to a private company. The private company name was Cisco Systems. They were giving her a grant to start a new business. Once she contacted them, they said, it's too late. She was furious. Yeah, she was very furious. And so I told her, I said, the best that I could do, I said, I could put you back into the system, use the same paperwork, use the same method. So, I don't know if she got approved or not because she never sent me the paperwork back. But it goes to show you that you have to be on top of your game. When you do something, if you know you're moving, contact me. If you know you're changing your number, contact me. If you know you're changing your email address, contact me immediately. Because the faster I get it, the faster they get it. Now, let's cover free funding. This is wonderful. This is something new I'm doing this year. It's a company called WeFunder. They have 100 investors to sit at a table. They basically sit in 4 or 5 different boardrooms, and they go over your application. And if they think it's profitable, they will fund your idea or fund a movie project that you have. Something that you want to put out there. Now, this company is about, they said it's 75% approval rating. There's several people that have gotten loans. There's companies that have gotten existing loans from them on the project. So it's pretty good. There's 2 parts to the actual company. One part is a loan factor. One part is an investment. Now, what happens is, let's say you have a project, and you basically, they'll say, okay, well, we're going to give you a loan for this. But there's another part, they can say, okay, well, we want to own this amount of money. We want to own 50% until your loan is paid up to date. Once it's paid up to date, then you own 100%. But the other part, most of the time they go by the loan factor, which is they loan you the money to get you off the ground, and then once you pay the loan back, the company's 100% yours. You take it over. It's a good company. It has funded a lot of great companies. They're also in development with IPOs. They're in development with movies. They actually give you funding to actually do a movie, which I think is wonderful. But the main thing that I advertise through them is business startup. So we got free funding, business loans, now personal loans. Let's get to personal loans. Personal loan cannot be over $50,000. Uh, Usually, personal loans are used for debt, to get out of debt, to do whatever, you know. But like I said, just like other excuse me, just like other grants, you have to show who is it going to help besides you. You know, it can help your kids, it can help your family, it can help your neighbor, whatever. You have to explain who is it going to help, and that's the whole key of getting a grant. People think they get denied because they didn't do this or they didn't do that. No, no, no. You have to show in a positive manner who is it going to help, who is it going to assist. You know. Now, if you're interested, grant preparation is on sale for $70 for personal. Business grants, I think it's $100. Um, yeah, I think the business grants are $100 for paperwork. Um, we do not mail it out no more. We send everything through email, so it's faster. So what happens is, instead of waiting 6 months, you'll be waiting 3 months for your answer, which I think is wonderful. Because to be honest, I don't want you waiting 6 months, because the longer you wait, the more paperwork I have to do. So let's take it like this: if you're serious, there's federal grants, there's WeFunder. You know, um, I urge people to do both. I'm gonna tell you why. WeFunder might see something in there that they don't like, or the federal grant process, they might see something they don't like. But combined, you have an ultimate force of being approved. You have a 99% success rate. WeFunder is free. A business grant is $100. Personal grant is $70. So whichever way you go, you can't lose. So if you're ready and you want to get started, send me your letter. Please don't inbox me your letter, because it gets all, the letters get all messed up. Send it to Kirby's Investment Club, LLC, at gmail.com. Also, we accept, uh, it's called Cash App, but some people call it Square Cash. My ID is money sign lowercase k IRBYS CLUB. Money sign Kirby's Club. Uh, if you feel you want to send a money order, you can send a money order. We also accept PayPal. Uh, but first get approval for PayPal. First get approval. Um, I'm still in talks with PayPal about certain services. Certain services they will allow, certain services they won't allow. So, but the new thing, the what's it called? Square Cash. Yeah, Square Cash and Cash Club. It's way better than PayPal. I love it. I don't have no problems, no freezing my money. So trying to think. Uh, hmm. Oh, another thing. For those overseas, there is grant funding for those people that's overseas. Um, the issue here, the issue is certain corporations overseas will help you. So if you do apply, people overseas, it's a little harder. But and it's a different process. So if you have any questions, just you can inbox me or email me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. It's 100% refundable. Um, this year, I want to see a lot more grants approved. Um, I think that's about it. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free. I'll be working to 12 tonight. Uh, so, and yeah, so I think that's about it. So, you have a good night.